Welcome back to another California Aqua Pros episode. Today we're in Oakland, California, and we are going to be... Oh, okay, hold on. I parked kind of far away. I don't know why. So we're actually looking at a Pondless Waterfall remodel, and I'll try to pop up some before photos right now. Today's the last day. No other footage for you, really. Pretty much just final touches day right now. So we're gonna go check on the guys. I think we got most of them. We got Brian, Alex, Carlos, and Luis will be here. Again, Oakland, California. Got all the trucks right here. What up, what up? We got Alex and Luis taking some stuff out, so here we go, Carlos. What parts are you working on right now, Carlos?
We're basically doing the
Finishing touches?
Yep.
Using some foam, cobblestone, filling these little gaps anywhere. So there's also a little top access right here. So you can obviously go further up into their backyard here, but again, they have an amazing view right there at their window. And again, right here from the top, beautiful view as well. So as you saw, I believe this is a remodel. I think most of the scraps are gonna be in the trailer by now, but we do two different types of Pondless Waterfalls. Sorry, I don't mean those are the only two we do, but there's different types where there, as you can see, their water before, fell off that edge and had a large drop onto more level ground. That's this kind of one. Or again, we can have ones that are like in a corner here, so we have to build up the dirt to make a waterfall that's already on, flat ground. But this one is already kind of elevated, so we're just upping it for them, increasing that quality, and making sure that they're gonna have this water feature for the longest time. I think we've actually been on this build for a few days already. I think this might be it could have been a 2 or 3 day build. We still got some extra, looks like moss rock and a little bit of Calistoga. Sure. Were there any parts that were like super hard to get through? Getting what?
It's all got a sandwich where the liner comes out and back in, and hiding it, and you see how much. That side was not as bad because it's just a nice long, tall rock.
Sure.
One.
Yeah, that big one.
And that one it went exactly back where it was for for the most part. So it matched where they cut the stucco.
Right.
Over here, we had less experience building it. So it was a much more difficult task on that side to get all those rocks to stand up.
Right, yeah, you have like 4 or 5 rocks to kind of work through right there, and then you just slid the one.
Yeah, just the one. And then we had to build in the middle, which is
the
one holding it, where over there there's nothing holding it.
No.
So.
Was it any good before? This was a remodel, right?
This is a remodel, yeah.
Was it any good before? Was it decent, or?
It was a pond at one point that somebody turned into a pondless waterfall.
Okay.
It probably was decent when it was a pond. It did have a big, giant pooling area. Like this upper spillway was actually that rock that's on the very top there.
Okay.
So you can imagine how deep that was behind it. And that was the only spillway. The plumbing was just open back there. It dropped into a bowl.
Yeah.
So I had to fill the bowl up and then come up over that spillway and come down.
Yeah.
The problem is when they turned it into a pondless, they used just gravel. So they put basically a vault in there with a barrel.
Yeah.
And then they just fill the rest of the pond with gravel, which it works if you have a small waterfall and you don't need a lot of, water in motion.
Right.
Whereas you had that entire pool back there, the entire pool was more than what the gravel and the one vault could hold.
Yeah.
So they would turn it on, and by the time the pool filled up to where it would start spilling over, the vault was dry.
Yeah.
And so it would just suck air and just problems. And then there was all kinds of rodent issues and stuff like that. So we're going to go through here and we've done a lot of foam work back here yesterday. Like this whole wall, normally we would dry stack it. This whole wall's got foam and gravel all behind it, in between the liner to try to keep the rodents out.
Yeah.
So it's all trying to seal it up. So we got to do a little bit more in here and clean that up. But we've eliminated all the pooling, and we've made a couple extra cascades up in the back section back here, so you're actually going to see water moving back there rather than just a pool. They've got 3 Aqua blocks in here plus a vault now, and then we left the first notch for the old pond. We left that in because of this big drop here. It's going to splash, so it's got more chance that you got almost a 10-foot circumference out here to catch that splash, and it's also deep as well. So some of these rocks are actually like 6 inches down, so you've got that room to contain the water and get it to move back into the vault, so we're not having a shortage of water issue here.
Perfect. So this is kind of the top of their yard. Got some steps going all the way down, and it passes the waterfall, which is nice. So I really love how they actually chose, whoever built this before, they chose a good spot. They had a good spot, you know, placing it, you know, right here along the walkway, access to the window, walking along right here. It's just what we focus on really is quality. People reach out to us all the time, probably multiple times a week, asking if we'll rebuild their concrete water feature, if we do repairs on concrete features, all the things like that. Concrete features, listen, it could be cheaper, but we never settle on price. So, which means we don't do things for cheap just to get a customer. We only make it with the best. We make everything out of natural rock and pond liner, so that eventually the ground's gonna shift. And so that liner that we use is a thick enough and strong enough liner that it shifts with the ground, but will also protect and really not cause any leaks. So that's what we focus on. We focus on quality and customer service.
Y pobre que tientes un poco.
All right, we're finishing up right now. I think we're making sure we're just trying to get some clean water. Obviously, these rocks have dirt on them. We like to wash that all off so that by the time the waterfall's running, it's usually pretty clear water. And then after a day, all that sediment will settle and you'll have crystal clear water. So what's great about this little aquascape system we got out here is pretty much running. We had a 4x8, which means it's an adjustable flow from 4,000 gallons to 8,000 gallons. And so we can run 1 through 10. And so as you can see right now, we're still having a pretty big splashback. So what we did is we took out the 4x8 pump and we put in a 2x4. It's a huge drop on this little, on the kind of, that last flagstone. It's a big drop. So you're gonna get splashed, you know, hitting the bottom of the cobblestones anyways. It's at a 10 right now with a smaller pump. And so this looks like the speed of the one with the big pump. So if the owner wants it like this speed all the time, they can keep it like that at a 10, now with this smaller pump. Or again, they can adjust it, put it to a 1, and it definitely will look a lot slower. But you still kind of get that sheet because it's such a large drop.